Welcome to Nashville North Studios. We're here again. It's Saturday, May 9th, the eve of Mother's Day, and I wanted to give you a full look at Chuck Law's work. So here's our little poster, and as it says on the poster, the music is by Denizen Pine Trio. And if you listen closely in the background, you'll be able to hear Denizen Pine while I show you the show. Here's a look at Chuck. Hi, Chuck. And then we're going to go in here to look at Chuck's show. So here we go. Stay with me. A Very Windy Day by Chuck Law. Something we experience today. And here's Malibu Beach, otherwise known as Dog Beach. Jim and I go there even though we don't have a dog. It's so pretty. At the top here we have Chuck's view of France, right by where he used to live. Isn't it lovely? Under it, we have sunrise over mainland high school fields. And down here we have a Pacon Creek east view. And over here we have a recently spoken for painting called Rough Surf. You can feel the wind and the spray of the water. This is Sunset Study. Beautiful frames. Chuck takes great care to put his work in, his beautiful work in beautiful frames. This is over by the tennis courts. Do you know where that is? Over by Mainland High School. Isn't that pretty? And here we have a phrase that I think only Chuck has coined. It is daffodowndillies. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds real cute to me. Daffodowndillies. Can you smell them? And here we have a favorite called cinnamon fern. I have some of these in my garden. Do you? They're so bright and green in the spring. Really lovely, Chuck. Let's go over here and see these three. Lady at the top was a lady who resided in Cape May area, and she was working one day, and Chuck stopped and he asked if he could paint her, so she said yes. And that piece is spoken for too. Really captures the avid gardener, full of love, full of light. Really lovely. Here's a sweet one called Jonquil in Blue Bottle. Don't you just love his attention to shadow? It gives it such dimension. The colors are beautiful. And down here we have a very recent painting called Pink Branch on Windowsill. I believe it's a red bud. And over here, we have a few more. Let's go over here, and this says, let's see what this says, Arboretum Spring. So this is the Linwood Arboretum. I don't know if you know where that is, but it's near Belhaven Avenue School and the bike path. And it is the sweetest little place in the world. It may be the tiniest arboretum in the world too, I don't know. But it's certainly big in beauty and character. And we're grateful for everyone who takes care of it, and to Mr. Lacey for getting it going. And here we have another one called 5 Minutes of Snow. This one is spoken for as well. Isn't that sweet on the windowsill? If you look very closely, you can see just a little bit of snow through the window. Down here we have Old Plum Tree, full of blossoms. Let's go over here and look at this wall. We'll focus in here. I don't know if you can see very well, but here we are at, I have to get a little closer so I can read the tag, Back by the Bay, which is a really common scene that we see for locals who have their boats in their yards, and they can just get them out and put them in the water and go and have a wonderful time fishing or just enjoying the ocean or the bay. And this is one of my favorites, called Across the Street. I love Chuck's use of color in this. I think it's just delicious. And very affordable. Here we have a scene called Plymouth Place. You may or may not be familiar with the area. If you know where Plymouth Place is, let me know. This may be one of your favorites. At the top here, we have a beautiful painting. Let me go in and read the label. Living on the Edge. Living on the Edge. Seems like a very good place to live, doesn't it? And down here, we have The Last Stand. A house that needs some help. I posted this earlier in the week on Facebook with Chuck's comments with it. I'll post it again if you like. I think I could save that house. I've probably said that before. Up here we have Batstow. How many of you have been to Batstow? Isn't that a beautiful setting? So relaxing. Quite a retreat, and we're so glad it's preserved for everyone to enjoy. And here's one. Let's get in and look at this. 4th of July, Duke of Fluke. Raise your hand if you rode on the Duke of Fluke. Let us know about your trip. This is a beauty, isn't it? Look at that sun behind the clouds. And down here we have Fog on the Farm. This is the one we used on our invitation. Nice to see a New Jersey farm, don't you think? This was a limited palette plein air. Really nice. And here we are over here by Patcon Creek. And there's 3 from Chuck's selection. The top one is Patcon Creek West View from the bridge. Patcon Creek North View from the bridge. And this is another fast painting from the Poplar Avenue Bridge. This one was a limited palette also, called Rapid Sunset by the Creek. So that was pretty nice, wasn't it? Wonderful show. I'll give you one more sweep around. You can hear the music in the background. Bob Numchick, Denizen Pine. If you have any interest in these paintings that are not spoken for, let me know. We're doing curbside pickup and porch drop-offs, and we can also ship. Have a good evening. Thank